Okay, thank you for joining me for the unboxing and review of this iDrone. This is the iDrone i3s. You get various models, just a plain configuration. Then you also get one, with altitude hold and a little FPV screen. Okay, so it comes in this box. Good. It's got these QR codes for the Wi-Fi app, but this one comes with a TX, so you don't need the Wi-Fi app. Okay, and let's have a look what is inside. Okay, so it comes in this vacuum form, a little bag of goodies. 2 tiers, so we've got the TX there, and we've got the quad here. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so not very small, reasonable size. Okay, obviously the first things you see are these guards for the propellers. Quite a strong ribbing here for additional strength, although when you press it from the outside it doesn't feel that strong, but it's quite well reinforced, so this will still give good protection. Okay, very sort of plastic shape here. Okay, tri-blade, so a bit of a spin on an Inductrix type model. But the props are fairly rigid, but as we can see, they're quite well protected. Okay, this top looks as though it comes off quite easily. Let's have a look. Yes, it does. So there we go. Quite easy to access the inside. Here we see our 2.4 gigahertz aerial. Now the nice thing about this is that the motors are not soldered onto the FC board. So this is nice because it makes it easier to replace a motor if a motor is faulty, because it just clips out. Okay. Now in the front here we've got a 2 megapixel camera to take pictures, or it'll take video in 720p. Okay, and we can see the connections on there. So this is quite handy because you can convert this into a whoop by mounting a camera on the top. Okay, and fly it like a whoop with 5.8 gigahertz FPV if you'd like to. So let's just put this cover back on, clip it on there, clip it on there. So this is quite similar to a bit of a bigger version of a JJRC H36 or Ferry BF36. Okay, it comes with its own removable battery, and this is a 3.7 volts 350 mAh battery, which should be good for a flying time of about 7 minutes. Okay, and just has the a 2-pin low-C connection on there. Okay. If we have a look over here, there's an SD card. This is an SD card slot for the camera, but it doesn't come with an SD card. You need to supply your own SD card, and you insert it with the contacts in the up position and press it in there, and it locks into place. And to unlock it, you just need to depress it and it releases. So if you want to record straight onto an SD card, you just need to supply your own SD card and pop it in over here. Okay, just have a closer look. Oh, quite big vents for cooling on the motors, which is good. Okay, so it should be quite durable. The important thing is to see how well it flies. Okay, if we have a look at the TX control transmitter, it's quite an unusual and different shape. This doesn't have altitude hold, so this stick is not spring loaded. This one's spring loaded to do flips and rolls. Now, one of the nice, okay, first of all, you need to supply your own 2 AA batteries, which you put in there, and this just clips on quite nicely over there. Okay, and it's great to see a TX that is labeled. Okay, so you can see these little icons over here and over there, and basically we have our main on off button here. Okay, then this is a speed button, so you press on the left here, 2 beeps high speed, 3 beeps higher speed, and low speed. So there's 3 speeds, 1, 2, 3. Okay, to take a picture, just press the opposite end of that. Take a video, press the opposite end of that. And this one is to do your 360 flips and rolls. So you press and you can flip and you can roll. Okay, this one is to turn the lights on and off, and then this one is for headless mode. So you press down for headless mode and you can hear a beeping, and you press and release that to come back. And then it also has a 1-key return, which should actually return back to the direction of this controller, and you also just give that a long press for the return to home. Okay, well, not return to home, but 1-key return. Okay, and then here we've just got our trim buttons. So yes, looks very good. Okay, let's just have a look here and see. Let's see if the batteries come in fully charged or not. Okay, it's come in at 87%, so enough to do a flight, but always good to charge it up fully. So, pop it back in here. Good. Then we also get an instruction manual. Okay, and this instruction manual leaves a lot to be desired. It's a mixture of English and Chinese. The grammar and the whole layout is really quite poor. It's quite confusing in terms of you know, the transmitter instructions. This has got a 6-axis gyro. It doesn't even tell you how to calibrate it. So yes, very disappointing instruction manual. Then in the bag of goodies, we get a star Phillips screwdriver, a little USB stick to charge the battery. So basically this plugs into a computer or USB source, and then the battery plugs, the 2-pin low-C plugs into over here, and you charge your battery up like that. And always nice to have spare propellers, and it comes with 4 spare propellers. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and have a look at the drone itself. turn the TX off and connect the battery. Okay, so we can see two little blue LED lights on the top here. We can see one LED light, red light flashing there. Okay, let's turn on the TX control transmitter. Okay. Then the lights go solid. Okay, so basically yes, if we turn this off again, and that we have the throttle lever in the down position, you need to put up and back to bind, and then it's ready to go. So it's calibrated, you put it on a level surface, pull both sticks down to the left, lights flash, and then it goes solid, and then that is it calibrated. Okay, let's start it up. Okay, and let's see what will happen if it goes out of range. Now the range on this is about 30 to 50 meters. So we'll turn the TX off. 1001, 1002. So in about 2 seconds, if it goes out of range or you lose control, it'll power down and drop or descend wherever it is. Let's see if we can bind with it again. If we get closer by, yes we can. So if it's lost and you can't see it, you can maybe bind with it again and listen for the sound of the motors or the propellers. That's it. Let's have a little flight and see how well it flies. Okay, all calibrated and ready to take off, so let's take off. There we go. Okay, this is in the low speed. Bring it forward. That's the yaw. Okay, fairly steady. Let's do a flip. Very nice tight flip. Okay, up the speed. Yeah, a lot quicker, a lot faster. Okay. Go forward again. Okay. You know, the handle goes quite well, quite fast, quite responsive. We're in a very tight space, but still managing it okay. Bring it down, across, back, up, do another flip. Oh, no, very good with its flips, quite tight. Okay, then we'll take it outdoors and see how it flies outdoors. And let's see what it looks like in the dark. Okay, so bring it across. Can't really see it, you just see a green and red light at the bottom. The blue lights on top. So no, it's a bit confusing. Okay, bring it around. No, it's a little bit confusing in the dark, not really so nice in the dark. And let's see how the iDrone i3s flies. The battery is connected. Turn on the TX control transmitter. That's it bound. Okay, I'm going to time the flight. Start the clock. Let's take off. Okay, this is in the low rates. Bring it back a bit. Okay, holding quite well in the wind. Okay, still in the low rate. I'm going to start the video. Bring it back. And down. Okay, do a yaw in the low rate. Oh, that's quite quick. Bring it back down. I'm going to up the rate. That's a little bit better. Handling the wind a bit better now. Bring it down. There we go. Okay, that's a medium rate. That's the yaw in the medium rate. Up and around. And back again. Okay, sorry, going straight up into the sun there. Bring it across. And down. Back. Okay, struggling a bit in the wind still, and we'll up at a rate again. Okay, that's 3 beeps. Fast rate, yeah, you can see the yaw. Very quick, very fast. Time wise, we're 2 minutes 10 seconds. Let's bring it back. Well, the wind will bring it back now. Okay, handling it okay. It flies quite nicely, holds quite well despite the big guards on it in the wind. As you can see. Let's do a flip. Oh, yeah, very tight flip. Very good. Take it back into the wind. Up and down a bit again. Still going well. We're on 3.5 minutes. Okay. Nice little funnel. Flying nicely, holding quite well. Okay. Doesn't have altitude hold, but let's do another flip. Yeah, flips nicely. Quite fast, quite nippy, quite responsive, quite stable, quite steady. Doing nicely. Still going. And we're on 6 minutes. Okay, now it's losing power. Now it's losing power. Let's just see what it does. That's it. Okay, stop the clock. Okay, let's say it's 6.5 minutes flying time. Not too bad for the size battery and the size. Not easy to see any orientation lights, which is a bit disappointing, so you have to stay quite focused on it. We've only got that red light at the bottom. And that's, yeah, handled the wind quite well, flew nicely outdoors.